Have you ever wondered about the cost of living in the UK? It's a question that's been on the minds of many, whether you're planning a move or simply curious about life across the pond. The United Kingdom, with its rich history, diverse culture, and bustling cities, is an attractive destination. But like any place, living there comes with its own set of costs. And these costs can vary greatly, depending on several factors, such as the size of your family, your lifestyle, and even the city you choose to call home. Whether you're a family of 4 navigating life in London or a student studying in Manchester, the costs can be quite different. But don't worry, we're here to break it all down for you, from rent to groceries, transportation, and taxes. So, sit back, relax, and let's embark on this financial journey together. Stay tuned as we delve into the numbers and details. First, consider a family of 4 residing in the UK. The cost of living can vary greatly depending on a number of factors, but on average it tends to fall between £4,000 and £4,500 per month. This includes the cost of rent, which can be one of the largest expenses for families living in the UK. But of course, housing is just one part of the equation. There are many other factors to consider when calculating the cost of living. Food, for instance, is another significant expense. For a family of 4, groceries alone can cost around £400 a month, and that's if you're shopping smart and cooking at home. Dining out, as we know, can quickly add up. Then there's transportation. Whether it's commuting to work, driving the kids to school, or just running errands, getting around can be costly. Public transport options like buses and trains are widely available, yet even these can add up over a month. For families who own a car, there are additional expenses like petrol, insurance, and maintenance to consider. And let's not forget about taxes. The UK has a progressive tax system, which means the more you earn, the more you pay. For a family with an average income, taxes can take a significant chunk out of their monthly budget. Lastly, there are the miscellaneous expenses that can vary from family to family. These may include things like clothing, entertainment, leisure activities, and savings for future investments or emergencies. As you can see, living in the UK as a family of 4 requires careful financial management. It's not just about earning enough to cover the basics, but also about budgeting for the unexpected and planning for the future. It's a balancing act that requires attention to detail, foresight, and above all, adaptability. Now, what if you are a family of 2 or just 2 individuals sharing a flat? When it comes to a duo, whether that's a couple or 2 friends sharing the expenses, the cost of living in the UK takes a different shape. The average cost here is lower than for a family of 4, and it hovers around £2,500 to £3,000 a month. Yes, you heard it right. Living as a pair can be easier on the wallet than you might think. This figure includes the big-ticket items like rent, utilities, groceries, transportation, and even those little extras that make life enjoyable. But remember, this is an average, so the actual cost can vary depending on the city or town you live in, and of course, your lifestyle. Now let's talk about the benefits of sharing a flat or living as a couple. The most apparent advantage is the shared cost of rent. Rent is typically one of the most substantial monthly expenses, so having this cost can make a significant difference. But the cost saving doesn't stop at rent. Utility bills such as electricity, water, and internet also get split, further reducing the financial burden. And it's not just about the bills. Sharing household chores can save time, and as they say, time is money. Moreover, living as a pair allows you to buy in bulk, which can often lead to savings. Buying larger quantities of groceries or household items typically costs less per item than buying smaller amounts. So, not only are you saving money, but you're also making fewer trips to the store, saving you time and transportation costs. So, there you have it. Whether you're a couple or just 2 pals sharing a flat, you can significantly reduce your cost of living in the UK. It's all about smart budgeting and making the most out of shared expenses. Sharing a flat or living as a couple can significantly reduce your cost of living in the UK. And what about students? How much does it cost to live in the UK as a student? Let's delve into that now. If you're a student planning to study in the UK, it's essential to consider the cost of living. Remember, being a student often means working with a tighter budget, and the UK can be quite expensive, especially in the major cities. On average, a student in the UK should expect to spend between £1,000 and £1,600 per month. This estimate includes rent, which is typically the largest expense. Now you might be wondering, what's the best way to stretch my budget? Well, one of the most significant ways to do this is by carefully choosing your accommodation. In the UK, there are generally 2 types of accommodation for students: living alone or sharing a place. If you prefer privacy and can afford it, renting a single flat might be the way to go. However, this option is generally more expensive, and you'll be responsible for all the bills. On the other hand, sharing accommodation is a popular choice among students as it allows them to split the rent and other expenses like utilities and groceries. This can significantly reduce your monthly costs, leaving you with more money for other essentials or perhaps a bit of fun. It's also a great way to make friends and immerse yourself in the student lifestyle. But remember, the cost of living can vary greatly from city to city. Living in London, for example, is likely to be more expensive than living in smaller cities or towns. So, do your research and choose a place that not only suits your study needs, but also your budget. In conclusion, living in the UK as a student can be quite an adventure. It's a time of learning not just academically, but also about managing finances and living independently. Living costs for students can vary greatly depending on the choice of accommodation. But with careful planning and budgeting, you can have a fulfilling and enjoyable student life in the UK. So, we've looked at the cost of living in the UK for different family sizes and situations. Let's take a moment to summarize what we've learned and tie it all together. For a family of 4, living in the UK can cost between £4,000 and £4,500 per month, including the rent. This figure is an average and may vary based on where you choose to live. For example, living in the heart of a major city like London or Manchester may push your costs up, while choosing a smaller town or rural area could potentially bring them down. Then we have a family of 2 or 2 individuals sharing a flat. Here, the average cost of living in the UK is roughly between £2,500 and £3,000 per month, again, including rent. Sharing a flat can certainly help you cut down on rent and utility bills, making it a popular choice for young professionals or couples without children. As for students, their cost of living in the UK can range from approximately £1,000 to £1,600 per month, including rent. The place of residence can significantly impact this cost. A single flat would be more expensive, while shared accommodation could be a more affordable option. But remember, these are just averages. Your cost of living may be higher or lower depending on various factors. These include your lifestyle choices, where you live, and how efficiently you manage your finances. It's crucial to plan ahead, budget wisely, and make informed decisions to fit your economic situation. Living in the UK, like anywhere else, comes with its own set of financial challenges. But with a good understanding of the cost of living and a well-planned budget, it's entirely possible to live comfortably and within your means. It's also worth noting that these figures don't include discretionary spending, like eating out, entertainment, and vacations. These costs can add up quickly, so it's important to factor them into your budget. In conclusion, the cost of living in the UK can vary greatly depending on your family size, where you choose to live, and your lifestyle choices. Whether you're a family of 4, a couple, or a student, it's important to budget wisely and make informed financial decisions. Remember, the cost of living in the UK can greatly depend on your lifestyle choices and how well you manage your finances. Thanks for watching.